G'day aquarists, I'm Cam the Fish Guy, you're watching Aquatica TV. Today we've been called down to the Gold Coast to do an exciting job with one of the most famous fish down here, Cheeky, the giant gourami. Cheeky the giant gourami lives in the 6x2x2 tank on a relatively busy road right here in Burleigh Heads. Now, we're in a real estate agent and Cheeky particularly likes interacting with the people that come into the real estate agent. And Cheeky's very, very famous. Everyone in this area knows Cheeky the giant gourami. But Cheeky's tank needs to move. And today, we're going to take Cheeky out of the tank, move the tank, and then put Cheeky back in the tank. The reason why this is a little bit nerve-wracking is because Cheeky has been in this tank for as long as I've been looking after Cheeky, so we're probably talking 15 years plus, and Cheeky's actually 30 years old. So we're gonna have to be really careful, and today's episode we're gonna take you through exactly how you move a tank and a fish like Cheeky the giant gourami. The first thing I'm doing is draining out as much water as I possibly can into the big black tub. Now that's going to be Cheeky's temporary home for about 30 minutes whilst we're moving the tank. And I'm going to start by taking everything off the tank that I possibly can. Glass lids, the light, I'm going to take things out of the tank like the rocks. The key to this job is to be as quick as possible with everything with the relocation. These rocks are huge. So as I said, I've been looking after this tank for 15 years, and something that's only just occurred to me, it's really close to the wall and I can't get the filtration, the tubes out, or some of the power cords. So unfortunately, I'm gonna have to wait until the tank has been emptied and I'll pull it forward before I can take the filters off, which is a real shame because it's one of those things I like to do as soon as possible. We kind of just have to play the waiting game now until the tank has drained out low enough that we can move Cheeky. And of course, that is the most risky part. So this is going to be Cheeky's temporary house. We're going to move her into here. We've also got the buckets, which are 25 litres each, which we're going to use to store a little bit more water, because the most important thing is that we keep as much water as possible so that we can refill the tank with her water. Then we'll use the tap water, lots of chlorine neutralizer, to fill the tank back up again. But I want to minimize the use of the tap water because at the moment it's quite a cool day and the water is going to be fairly cold. So I think it's time for us to move Cheeky. So here goes. We've got two net options. This is a large one I brought from home. There's always this big net here as well. This is possibly big enough, but I really want to use this nice soft net. I think it's going to be easier. She's in the perfect position. I'm going to catch her and bring her up through this section here. She's going to hate this.
Yeah, so we're going to get takeaway. Oh my god, that's so pretty.
Alright. Oh, here we go. So poor Cheeky hasn't been out of this tank for 15 years. So it's crazy to think, what she's thinking. This is probably a very stressful, bizarre sort of thing for her. So now let's get the tank in place so we can get her back in it. Normally I remove the gravel after all of the water has been drained out, but this is a slow tank to drain and I'm just trying to find things to do so I can minimize the time that Cheeky's in that tub. Okay, tank's empty. I'm still going to take out a little bit more of this gravel. Just going to pack up the hose first. It's a little bit of a trip hazard out there, so I'm keen to get it moved. So now I'm going to try and move the tank away from the wall so we can inspect what's behind, take the filtration off, and hopefully slide the tank off the back onto the trolley. Alright, this tank hasn't been moved in at least 15 years. So it's a bit messy around the back, we'll have a look at that in a sec, but I've moved it enough that I can get the filters off and the light. Funny, I didn't expect this fluoro light to be such a pain. It's got a ballast, which is heavy and is about to drop. But it's actually got two ballasts. So it's a bit of a mess really. Alright, so now we're fully disconnected from the cabinet. I'm just purging those hoses so I minimise the amount of spill on the floor. We have two options. We follow the plan, which was to take the tank off, put it on the trolley, then move the cabinet into place, put the tank back on the cabinet. But I'm going to try pushing the cabinet and the tank in one. Now it probably isn't going to work, but if it does, it saves me finding someone off the street to help me lift. Right, we're going to take this tank off the cabinet. It's the only way to do it. It's a bit of a shame because it's going such a short distance. So I want to start by getting it out as far as we can before it overbalances, so that we can then lift it. I'm just going to put some glass roots on too. Sometimes these get in the way. Oh, we have to take it off anyway because we're replacing the foam. So just slide. One more. Now, be able to. So, okay.
You're right.
Yep. So, I was pretty keen to replace this foam. It actually looks a lot better than I was expecting. So of course we had to take the tank off to do that. Alright, here's our new foam. I think that's good. That's probably about as far as we need to go.
Yep.
And it's got sort of comfortable access. All right, cool.
Yep.
The new position for Cheeky's tank. Now let's get Cheeky back in it. We've been here for just over an hour and this real estate agent has just opened up for trading. So we've really got to get this job finished. I'm going to start the hose from the tap in the little kitchenette and we'll start filling this up with tap water. It's a really slow process. So regular viewers of Gallery Aquatica TV will know how much I pride myself on my equipment. This, I can definitely admit, is the dodgiest hose that I use. And I use it because I know it fits and I've just never got around to getting a better system. So it's modular. You connect the two parts using a joiner like this. I'm going to zip tie it because it leaks. I'm going to put a towel under this joint because it leaks. Alright, and this part goes onto the tap. Now, it does not fit well. I take the flow reducer out somehow. Okay, so this little part reduces the flow and I guess it's a water saving device. This one's not wanting to come out. I need two hands. I might have to fast forward this part. Alright, there we go. So I'm removing that and this is what our hose is going to couple to, this little end. But it's a dodgy way of doing it because it leaks. Luckily there's a sink here, but I start out with hot. Soften the hose. Then I run cold through it for a bit. And now I attach it. Come on. Such a pain. Can you believe I've been doing it like this for 15 years, every single month. Alright. Zip tie. I'm gonna need more zip ties. What a monstrosity. But hopefully this is going to allow me to put a bit of pressure through it so that we can fill this tank up as quickly as possible. We'll come back and check for leaks. One day I will get a proper hose fitting that I can screw on here and just have no fear about leaks, but for now this is what I'm doing. Tell me in the comments what you think. I'm going to use heaps of prime, as you can imagine. It's a 650 litre tank, so I'll probably dose for 800 litres. So these are the original filters. Pretty good for an Aqua one, you know, 15, 16 years or so. And you can see that the hosing is rigid, is rigid as. So that's gonna aim straight to the canister filter. I'll just put it back exactly as it was. Okay, so we're gonna pump water using a little Nios candy cane with a hose. So let's get this pumping. Wait. So here goes. I'm going to start with the 2 small fish. They're both silver dollars. There's one. There's the other. And now for Cheeky. This is the most stressful moment. Here we go. So I've stopped using the tap water to pump in here because I want to make it as close to her old water as possible. So now I'm going to continue pumping her water into here, and then I'll resume with the tap water. But she's swimming upright. It's hard to see her in here. She's got enough depth, and that's what I was most concerned at, ensuring that she had enough depth that she wasn't going to stress out. But she's looking good. And pretty soon water will clear up when we get the filters running, and then we'll have a close look at her and we'll know exactly how she's going. So we're just finishing up and putting away this hose. It is the kinkiest hose that I have ever been involved with. Absolute shocker. Anyway, Cheeky's looking good. We're going to put the hood back on and that'll be job done. Hardest, most awkward hood, but I think that's it. Okay, I'm getting excited. That's it. Hooray, we're done. Just put some garnish on the top. We'll clean the front and that'll be it. So as you can see, Cheeky is doing really well. She's looking very comfortable, very happy, and whilst the water isn't perfectly clear, it won't take long to clear up. So now Cheeky has a new view of the world. It's good that we've got a door right here as well, that people will be able to come in and interact with her. So today's job was a big success. Very happy that Cheeky's doing well. That's it for today. I'm Cam the Fish Guy. Happy reefing. That's our video for today. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to hit the like button and make sure you've subscribed to our channel so you don't miss an episode of Gallery Aquatica TV. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Cam the Fish Guy. Happy reefing!